Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am going to be reviewing the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. A few of you have been asking me to try this palette, and so I decided to pick it up and test and review it for you guys. And also, I just hit 7,000 subscribers. I can't believe that there's 7,000 of you watching me. Like, I never would have expected it to grow this far and this quickly. So thank you all to all of you who are watching and have been watching me. And yeah, so if you're interested in hearing my thoughts and opinion on this palette, please continue watching this video, as well as like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And if you are not, please stop right here. It's not worth your time and effort. And yeah, so let's get into the review. So I'm just gonna go through some basic information you guys need to know about the palette. So the Modern Renaissance palette, so the Modern Renaissance palette retails for $42. This is the most expensive of all her palettes so far, and is permanent. So you can get this at any time of the year. It's not limited edition, so you don't have to worry if you haven't picked it up yet. Normally, Anastasia's palettes range from $28 to $35. I have a few of her other palettes she's released: the Tamana palette, the Artist palette, the Amrezy palette, and the Shadow Couture. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. Whoops, I just dropped the brush. It has 14 shades, which is the most eyeshadow she's ever included in the palette. She usually has had 10 to 12 eyeshadows in a palette. This is the first time she's done 14. I think personally that the price is way too high for this palette. I feel like she should have kept it between a $30 to $35 range like she has for all of her past palettes. That's what I personally think. If you think it's on par, that's cool. And then it also comes with a dual-ended brush, so you get like a kind of fluffy shader brush, as well as like a super duper fluffy blending brush. I like these brushes a lot. I use them a lot. I have one previously from the Shadow Couture palette. As you can see, mine's falling apart. When I really love something, it's usually falling apart or has been broken and repressed and is still falling apart. But yeah, I do love the brush. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoy the brush. So let's get into the palette. So you have 14 shades, like I said before. You have, like, how many? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. I think you have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have 11 matte shades, 1 satin shade, and then 2 shimmer shades. Overall, just looking at it, this is a beautiful palette. I am not going to lie to you, it is a gorgeous palette. I am in love with the red and pink shades. So Red Ochre, Venetian Red, Love Letter, and Realgar, those are beautiful. Realgar is beautiful as a transition shade. I enjoy the shade very much. And then the pink red shades are gorgeous and they're so pretty. The shimmer shades, those are okay. They're not the most pigmented and best shimmer shades in my opinion. I have had better. Like, I love my favorite shimmer shades. I love the Makeup Geek foiled shadows. I love those. Those are my favorite, as well as some of the other Anastasia shades like Metallic, Intense Gaze, Chic, and Pink Champagne. Those are some of my favorites, so I was very let down with these two shimmer shades. The lighter portion, the lighter part matte shades, the lighter matte shades, those pull extremely ashy on me. I can't wear them on their own. They just look too ashy for dark skin. Going back to the red shades, even though they're beautiful, they're not as deep and as intense as they should be, considering that they stated this would work for all skin tones. No, I feel like this is geared mostly towards fair to medium tan, because I used probably the darker half, so probably I used from these 10 shades over, and I was severely disappointed. The red shades are not as rich as they need to be. Like I stated before, when I would try to build color, they would blend away or blend into my skin, and I did not like that. So, and I don't know, I was not very impressed with it when I first saw promo pictures. You guys requested that I pick this up and try it, so I'm doing this for you guys. In reality, I'm not a fan of this palette. I feel like they really only geared it towards lighter skin tones. If it was geared towards darker skin, I feel like there would be like a few like darker browns. Like Cypress Umber is not that dark. Trust me, it is not that dark. On me, it really isn't. Let me swatch this for you guys. It really isn't that dark. It literally looks like ash on my hand. Like I went into a fire pit, picked up, and wiped ash on my hand. So Cypress Umber is not that dark, and I feel like this does not work for women of color at all, and I'm just severely disappointed in this. And when I would try to make looks with it, I feel like I can only get the same looks over and over again. Like, I expect to be able to do different looks from one palette. Like one palette. I should be able to take a palette and be able to do multiple different looks instead of the same look over and over again. And when I would try to build up these colors, they would blend away. Like away. Like, in my opinion, that's not good when it comes to eyeshadows, especially on dark skin. It should be able to be built up very well and should be able to be seen. So, in my opinion, I would rate this probably as like what I think. I would rate this at least a 4 out of 10. No, 3 or 4 out of 10. So this is going to go back to Ulta on Tuesday. I know some of you will not be happy with me because I don't like the palette. People don't like everything, so yeah. I did not think about darker skin tones when they made this palette, for sure. And that upsets me. Like, as a woman of color, I'm just really annoyed because when palettes come out, they're not swatched on darker skin. And brands don't think to, and that's just annoying because no one is the same. Every single person is different. Every single skin tone is different. So yeah, like if they swatched it on more people of color, that would be great. And brands really need to do that nowadays. You can't just watch on fair, light, and medium skin tones, because what about the other end of the spectrum? Hello, like, we're consumers too, and that's what really irks me. It irks me so much. So yeah, this is going back. I'm so sorry if you guys don't disagree with me. I don't like this at all, so it's just gonna go back. Enjoyed my review of the Modern Renaissance palette. Some of you will probably disagree with me, stating that it worked for you and you're a person of color, blah 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 blah. But honestly, I feel like this does not work for dark skin at all. The eyeshadows really need to be super duper rich for darker skin tones, because we require more for things to show up on us. So, just stating the truth. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye guys.